All right, y'all. Peace and blessings. God bless y'all. I'm Jarvis Kingston. I hope y'all doing all right in these challenging times. Now, today I want to discuss about architecture. It's very interesting how you see how all these things are created and built within the civilization. It's very cool to be great with your hands and being creative, but one thing we must understand is that God is the ultimate creator. He is the greatest artist. He is the greatest architecture. He created so much all within a certain time frame. It took him just 7 days to create this whole entire thing that we're living in right now. That just shows you how great of a creator he is. And we have to always glorify him and thank him and be grateful for what he's done for us in our lives. Now, it's important to worship the creator, not the creation. But I just want to discuss about how all these things that are created, whether it's buildings or skyscrapers or statues and all these different things, that these man-made stuff, we should not idolize it or worship it, And we have to always remember that architecture and building and construction, all those things are very ancient. Those like carpenters. Jesus was even a carpenter as well. So it's very important for a man to have those skills and building things and being great with his hands and making nice things, not to idolize it, but to benefit the next person from it. You know what I mean? So I just want to read some scriptures about architects and architecture and just go from there. The book of Genesis, chapter 4. The book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 14 through 16. Make for yourself an ark of gopher wood. You shall make the ark with rooms, and shall cover it inside and out with pitch. This is how you shall make it. The length of the ark 300 cubits, its breadth 50 cubits, and its height 30 cubits. You shall make a window for the ark and finish it to a cubit from the top, and set the door of the ark inside of it. You shall make it with lower, second, and third decks. This is talking about God telling Noah how to build the ark. Noah was a great builder too. The book of Exodus, chapter 25, verse 8. Let them construct a sanctuary for me, that I may dwell among them. The book of Exodus, chapter 35, verse 30 through 35. Then Moses said to the sons of Israel, See, the Lord has called by name Bezalel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, and he has filled him with the Spirit of God, in wisdom and understanding and in knowledge and in all craftsmanship, to make designs for working in gold and in silver and in bronze, and in the cutting of stones for setting and in the carving of wood, so as to perform in every inventive work. He also has put in his heart to teach both he and Oholiab, the son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan. He has filled them with skill to perform every work of an engraver and of a designer and of an embroiderer, in blue and in purple and in scarlet material and in fine linen, and of a weaver, as performers of every work and makers of designs. The book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 28, verse 11 through 21. Then David gave to his son Solomon the plan of the porch of the temple, its buildings, its storehouses, its upper rooms, its inner rooms, and the room for the mercy seat, and the plan of all that he had in mind for the courts of the house of the Lord, and for all the surrounding rooms for the storehouses of the house of God, and for the storehouses of the dedicated things, also for the divisions of the priests and the Levites, and for all the work of the service of the house of the Lord, and for all the utensils of service in the house of the Lord, for the gold utensils, the weight of gold, for all utensils for every kind of service, for the silver utensils, the weight of silver, for all utensils for every kind of service, and the weight of gold for the golden lampstands, and their golden lamps with the weight of each lampstand and its lamps, and the weight of silver for the silver lampstands with the weight of each lampstand and its lamps according to the use of each lampstand, and the gold by the weight for the tables of showbread, for each table, and silver for the silver tables, and for the forks, the basins, and the pitchers of pure gold, and for the golden bowls with the weight for each bowl, and for the silver bowls with the weight for each bowl, and for the altar of incense, refined gold by weight, and gold for the model of the chariot, even the cherubim that spread out their wings, and covered the ark of the covenant of the Lord. All this, said David, the Lord has made me understand in writing by his hand upon me, and all the details of this pattern. Then David said to his son Solomon, Be strong and courageous, and act, do not fear nor be dismayed, for the Lord God, my God, is with you. He will not fail you nor forsake you until all the work for the service of the house of the Lord is finished. Now behold, there are divisions of the priests and the Levites for all the service of the house of God. And every willing man of any skill will be with you in all the work for all kinds of service. The officials also and all the people will be entirely at your command. The book of Hebrews chapter 11 verse 10. For he was looking for the city which has foundations, whose architect and builder is God. The book of Exodus chapter 25 verse 8 through 9. Let them construct a sanctuary for me, that I may dwell among them, according to all that I am doing to show you as the pattern of all its furniture, just so you shall construct it. So, and then also the book of Exodus chapter 25 verse 40. See that you make them after the pattern for them, which was shown to you on the mountain. So you see in the Old Testament how God had used all these men to build a house of God, build a sanctuary, build a temple. We're supposed to build things that glorify God and go back to him and let the Lord consecrate it and sanctify it, and bless it, because we have blessed hands and we're supposed to build the right things with it. We're not supposed to build things in vanity or for self-glorification, or idolatry. We're supposed to build things for the Lord and to benefit people as well with the creation as well. So let's keep going with the word. Let's see. The book of Hebrews chapter 8 verse 5. Who serve a copy and shadow of the heavenly things, just as Moses was warned by God when he was about to erect the tabernacle. For see, he says that you make all things according to the pattern which was shown to you on the mountain. The book of Exodus. Let's see. Okay, I already read that one. The book of Exodus chapter 26 verse 1 through 37. Moreover, you shall make the tabernacle with 10 curtains of fine twisted linen and blue and purple scarlet material. You shall make them with the cherubim, the work of a skillful workman. The length of each curtain shall be 28 cubits, and the width of each curtain 4 cubits. All the curtains shall have the same measurements. 5 curtains shall be joined to one another, and the other 5 curtains shall be joined to one another. You shall make loops of blue on the edge of the outermost curtain in the first set, and likewise you shall make them on the edge of the curtain that is outermost in the second set. You shall make 50 loops in the one curtain, and you shall make 50 loops on the edge of the curtain that is in the second set. The loops shall be opposite each other. You shall make 50 claps of gold, and join the curtains to one another with the claps, so that the tabernacle will be a unit. Then you shall make curtains of goat's hair for a tent over the tabernacle. You shall make 11 curtains in all. The length of each curtain shall be 30 cubits, and the width of each curtain 4 cubits. The 11 curtains shall have the same measurements. You shall join 5 curtains by themselves, and the other 6 curtains by themselves. And you shall double over the 6th curtain at the front of the tent. You shall make 50 loops on the edge of the curtain that is outermost in the first set, and 50 loops on the edge of the curtain that is outermost in the second set. You shall make 50 claps of bronze, and you shall put the claps into the loops, and join the tent together, so that it will be a unit. The overlapping part that is left over in curtains of the tent, the half curtain that is left over, shall lap over the back of the tabernacle. The cubit on one side and the cubit on the other of what is left over in the length of the curtains of the tent shall lap over the sides of the tabernacle on one side and on the other side to cover it. You shall make a covering for the tent of ram skin dyed red, and a covering of porpoise skins above it. Then you shall make the boards for the tabernacle of acacia wood standing upright. 10 cubits shall be the length of each board, and 1.5 cubits the width of each board. There shall be 2 tenons for each board, fitted to one another. Thus you shall do for all the boards of the tabernacle. You shall make the boards for the tabernacle 20 boards for the south side. You shall make 40 sockets of silver under the 20 boards, 2 sockets under one board for its 2 tenons, and 2 sockets under another board for its 2 tenons. And for the second side of the tabernacle, on the north side, 20 boards and their 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under one board, and 2 sockets under another board. For the rear of the tabernacle, to the west you shall make 6 boards. You shall make 2 boards for the corners of the tabernacle at the rear. They shall be double beneath, and together they shall be complete to its top to the first ring. Thus it shall be with both of them. They shall form the two corners. There shall be 8 boards with their sockets of silver, 16 sockets, 2 sockets under one board and 2 sockets under another board. Then you shall make bars of acacia wood, 5 for the boards of one side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the side of the tabernacle for the rear side to the west. The middle bar in the center of the boards shall pass through from end to end. You shall overlay the boards with gold and make their rings of gold as holders for the bars. And you shall overlay the bars with gold. Then you shall erect the tabernacle according to its plan, which you have been shown in the mountain. You shall make a veil of blue and purple and scarlet material and fine twisted linen. It shall be made with cherubim, the work of a skillful workman. You shall hang it on 4 pillars of acacia overlaid with gold, their hooks also being of gold, on 4 sockets of silver. You shall hang up the veil under the clasp, and shall bring in the ark of the testimony there within the veil, and the veil shall serve for you as a partition between the holy place and the holies of holies. You shall put the mercy seat on the ark of the testimony in the holy of holies. You shall set the table outside the veil, and the lampstand opposite the table on the side of the tabernacle toward the south, and you shall put the table on the north side. You shall make a screen for the doorway of the tent of blue and purple and scarlet material and fine twisted linen, the work of a weaver. You shall make 5 pillars of acacia for the screen and overlay them with gold. Their hooks are also being of gold, and you shall cast 5 sockets of bronze for them. So as you can see how detailed God is when he commanded his people to make these temples and create holy places and sanctuaries. You saw how God was very detailed about the measurements and the positioning of it and the direction of it. You know, it's just like with these construction workers when they're commanded to build a certain plaza or a building or a facility, all the measurements got to be right. The height, the width, the length, everything has to be on point. You can't have things uneven or out of place. Everything has to be stationary and measured correctly. So, you know, God is super detailed. God, you know, God is the ultimate creator, so nothing misses him. He sees it all, and he definitely knows the measurement of things, materialistic wise, and also in our hearts as well. You know, God knows how to gift us, what to give us, and how much to give to each of us abundantly. So when it comes to architecture, you know, and creating things, he is a very detailed creator. The book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 28, verse 11 through 12. Then David gave to his son Solomon the plan of the porch of the temple, its buildings, its storehouses, its upper rooms, its inner rooms, and the room for the mercy seat, and the plan of all that he had in mind, for the courts of the house of the Lord, and for all the surrounding rooms, for the storehouses of the house of God, and for the storehouses of the dedicated things. Let's see. The book of 1 Kings, chapter 6, verse 1 through 10. Now it came about in the 480th year, after the sons of Israel came out of the land of Egypt, in the 4th year of Solomon's reign over Israel, in the month of Ziph, which is the 2nd month, that he began to build the house of the Lord. As for the house which King Solomon built for the Lord, its length was 60 cubits, and its width was 20 cubits, and its height 30 cubits. The porch